Hi, everyone. I just wanted to address some remarks I made recently that apparently riled a lot of people up and to clarify some things about some of the stuff that I said. The other day, I tweeted my thoughts on student loan forgiveness, and all I wrote was that I support it because of my experience in that I went to college and went $86,000 in student loan debt doing so, only to get stonewalled by the job market when I graduated. That's all I wrote, and it ticked a whole lot of people off, apparently. Firstly, I didn't really appreciate the ridicule over my academic pursuits. You can laugh all you want, but I majored in interpretive crochet and I minored in houseplant whispering. And no, it's not just crocheting, it's interpretive. It involves fusing complex interrelated concepts like the metaphysical, quantum mechanics, philosophy principles, etc., and translating all of that into the work of art produced. It's an up and coming industry, but it'll just take a while to take off. But it will be booming one day. As far as the houseplant whispering goes, everyone wanted to act like that was a joke too. Ha ha. No. Your own plant may have reached what you consider to be optimal growth and health with just sunlight and water and nutrients and all that jazz. But trust me, it has really only reached a plateau of mediocrity without houseplant whispering. It is a respectable science. It could be considered a subset of psychology, if you will, but for plants. They need to have their thoughts and anxieties and fears and motivations and psyches examined under the guidance of a trained professional, just like humans do, to live their best life. We all need it sometimes. Some people will respond, it reminded me a little too much of a cousin of mine who I do not like. This fool some years ago made some snarky comment about how I have degrees in malarkey. And I was like, yeah, okay, like your degrees any better. What in the world is chemical engineering anyway? I believe he's a sexist for that, and I haven't spoken to him since. Our family just knows to keep us separated at family events, or things could get really ugly and whatever. So, but anyway, back to Twitter. I got a ton of nasty feedback along the lines of how I shouldn't be looking for handouts, that it's my fault for choosing ridiculously esoteric subjects to study, that any person with common sense would know would leave them with limited job prospects, that I'm the one who signed for the loans. Why should I expect taxpayers to cover them? Where's my personal responsibility? Well, then I should pay for their mortgage or their car. Why would I be responsible for someone's car or house that they bought and I do not use? Silliness. See, I went to Sarah Lawrence, which is a renowned liberal college, and the mentorship and counseling and indoctrination I got in my earlier time there really inspired me to think of my collegiate education not necessarily as something that I need to bolster my chances of having a productive career that would earn me a decent living or whatever, but more like a holistic spiritual experience where I get to explore myself as a woman and to learn how my feminine identity relates to society and the universe. And from there, I really just couldn't stomach the thought of some high maintenance major that would require a lot of studying and focus and take up too much of my free time because that just felt like that'd be really stifling and oppressive. And I just wanted to party and drink. So Sarah Lawrence helped me to re-envision the concept of college because while it was about investing in my future to an extent, the priority was more so about my emotional and existential needs instead of just merely being practical. And they were very supportive of that. They are very accommodating there. For instance, I'm not a math person. So when I looked at the freshman mandatory curriculum and saw math classes, I flipped out. I told them I am not taking any math classes. I already did all that in high school. They intimidate me and make me feel unsafe. And they said, okay, that's fine. No, you don't have to take them. Take whatever you want. See, they're nice. So now that I've explained my educational background, hopefully people can see now that it's not my fault that the job market doesn't value the skill set of an early pioneer in her fields. But what Sarah Lawrence ingrained in me is that it's most likely due to sexism underneath it all anyway. So I do think that me and people like me should have some relief. For the past 10 years, this student loan burden has been very cumbersome and has forced me to resort to activities that I am really not proud of, meaning swindling people with shady MLM products. Yes, I have been that person who you haven't heard from since college or even high school, who randomly hit you up on social media pretending to want to catch up and then ask you if you're interested in starting your own business or being your own boss. Yeah, it's a dark side of my past that I don't really like talking about, but what's happened has happened. The point is, for anyone against student loan forgiveness, if you want to look for a general silver lining in it, then maybe it's that. It'll curb MLM related harassment. And really, that alone just might be worth $1.6 trillion. A personal silver lining for me would be it'll free up some extra money for me to go on vacation and to maybe buy a Versace purse that I've had my eye on. I do have one slight issue with it though, and that pertains to this commentary from Elizabeth Warren.
If he would cancel $50,000 in student loan debt, it would make an enormous difference in the lives of tens of millions of Americans.
That is so cute. $50,000. That's it. I need $72,000, sweetheart. I did pay my loans down. See, everyone, I did. I've been paying them. They went from 72, I'm sorry, from 86 to 72. But yeah, 50,000 is just still unacceptable. That is way too low. We have to get that ceiling a little higher, and I will be contacting her office with my thoughts on that. I think it should at least be 85,000 for everyone across the board. Those are my thoughts. Anyway, well, I hope I've clarified things thoroughly, and I want to thank the government for aspiring to open the wallets of America for my personal debt. Take care, everyone.